Alright, check this out. You guys are back on the Hater World and I'm Blue Devil. What we got going on today is a video of little Kelpie and ODM Slim dissing American Cholo. But before we get into that video, if you guys are new to the Hater World, then make sure you go over, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, like the video, and most importantly, leave me a comment down below and let me know if you like what I'm doing or whether you don't. And salute to all my day ones. You guys already know, nothing but love. But check this out. ODM Slim is dissing American Cholo, calling them racist, and little Kelpie is dissing Almighty, talking about Swifty took his chain. So with no further ado, let's get you guys a Southsider's reaction. Let's go.
Why not take our podcast versus a podcast? It's not saying we want.
That's a celebrity boxing.
Yeah, not saying fuck
celebrity boxing. But we need more matches on the card. We can't just have those three. We need a lot more different.
We gotta get some people that have a problem.
This.
All right, check this out. Let me say this before we keep going. This was one day prior to the no jumper beatdown. This was one day right before the podcast with Kelpi and Almighty. Let's not forget that these fools are getting drunk. They're probably faded, drinking liquor, have beer balls, talking shit, disrespecting real ones. And then the next day, Kelpi gets slapped in the mouth for disrespecting the real gang member. I just wanted to point that out, but let's keep going.
We got a nice staff over here.
We got a diversified list. Everybody
we got a nice staff. We got females. We got bisexuals. We got gays. We got lesbians. We got everything.
We gotta get everybody.
I think my boy Cholo would fight Flacco.
Well, Cholo ain't part of this.
Oh, okay.
He don't.
He don't. Oh, yeah.
I don't fuck with Cholo.
I ain't met him. So
You like Flacco? You fuck with Flacco?
I fuck with Flacco.
Yeah, Flacco cool. That's my nigga too.
But I will fuck with listen.
Like,
listen. I will listen. I don't promote people that promote racism.
I don't like racism, bro.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Check it out. Drinks with Jinx has been on the AC podcast, American Cholo podcast. And I think he's real tight with American Cholo. They're homies. And I think he knows that American Cholo is not a racist. Now, I don't blame ODM for feeling that way because what he's doing, he's backing up his people. And when you got some pride in you, that's the things you do. You back up your people, right? You don't sell out. So he's doing right by his people. But I think he needs to do a little bit of research more on American Cholo because the context behind that, well, it was taken out of context to begin with, and then later he gave the context, and it was all proven that he was not being racist. He was just telling the story, right? And listen, I'm not here to back him up or speak on his behalf, but from what I've seen, American Cholo is a stand-up guy that is just trying to unite both races. Now, he has been caught saying some shit he shouldn't have been saying. I don't agree with that, but I really feel that he's fixing his problem and he's making shit right. Now, he got a beef with Tariq Nasheed, but let them deal with that. You know, that's for them to deal with. They're all into politics and all that race shit. Let them deal with that. And let homies like me, ODM, Almighty, fucking Drinks with Jinx, do what the fuck we do. You know, we either gonna mess around with the politics or we not. And I decide not to. Leave that for the people that are more educated and want to deal with that type of shit. You know, but I think ODM needs to brighten his outlook on AC and do a little bit more research. But let's keep going.
Oh, you need to do your research.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you that. I'm not telling you to disrespect this man.
Right.
Research. I don't promote nobody that plays for racism.
I feel you.
And this man promotes gang racism. He's been slipped up a couple times saying the N-words. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even with that. You know what I'm saying? If you say, that's like this. If I'm with somebody and I'm like, oh yeah, I've been raised like this, we call them when the Southsiders call them the double S. The double S's. The double S's is like South Central, Compton, Watts. You know, they the perfect born.
Not true. He says that the Southsiders call the other guys the double S. The double S being therefore people that were born in Compton, Watts, South Central, that they were raised with blacks. It's not true. The word double S means S, letter S, Southsider, right? And what the word Southsider means is any gang member from Southern California, right? Before prison. Okay, once you go to prison, you graduate. This is public knowledge. It's out there in books. It's out there in court documents. It's out there in documentaries. I ain't dry snitching. I ain't giving you guys nothing new. It's out there. Before you graduate, you're considered a Southsider. Once you go to prison, then you do what you do and you graduate into being a sureño. that is all out there for public knowledge. I don't want to see no dumb motherfuckers in the comments talking about I'm dry snitching, because it is out there, okay? So everybody that is from a Southern California gang that is Mexican and belongs to the 113 is considered a Southsider, a double S. But there is no separation between Southsiders that were born and kicked it with blacks when they grew up and some that kicked it with paisas. There is no separation. We're all the same. Now, when you go to prison, then you graduate. That is something totally different. And that ain't for me to speak. All I did was give you public knowledge and clarify what ODM couldn't clarify himself. But let's keep going.
The black people.
Right.
That's getting their slang from black people. You know what I'm saying? And these people that's from Southeast and different areas.
Yeah.
The Swifty Blues. You know what I'm saying? It's fuck him too. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
On the dead homies is fuck her.
Would you fight him in the
I
celebrity
would
boxing
beat
match?
I heard something about
I would
he was
beat
the one
Cuz up.
that took Almighty's chain.
I would
No, he didn't take his chain.
No.
But I know I seen a video like on TikTok or something
yeah.
about him talking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, even if he did take his chain, I don't think it's for Kelpi to talk about. I don't think it's none of his business. But I understand the whole, he's your enemy, a friend of my enemy is a friend of mine. You know, that whole mumbo jumbo bullshit. I believe that is what he's trying to do. But you can't take nobody serious with a hat sideways, number one. And I know you fools are going to be like, you can't be talking about his fit. Fuck his fit, you know. But listen. I don't think Almighty got his chain jacked for shit. Let me tell you why. Before I go into this, I'm not backing up Almighty. I can give a fuck, right? But if Swifty took his chain, Swifty would be wearing it. He would be passing it around with the homies. He'd be clowning. He didn't do that, right? Okay, that's number one. Number two, do you really believe that nowadays, if something was going to go down, as much as we know clout chasers exist more than ever, you don't think that Swifty would be like, hey, fool, record me while I go hit this fool up? You don't think they do that? Man, Chicano rappers are the biggest clout chasers in the world, my boy. They'll flip on anybody, whoever can give them something better. Back to the story time. Check this out. Chicano rappers will do you like this. I'll tell you like this. Watch. I'm going to give you guys a quick little story. You guys ain't going to believe this shit. I used to roll with a Chicano rapper back in the day, real tough, right? And a lot of you guys might know who he is. I'm not going to mention no names. And one day we're at the liquor store, right? And I had left my wallet at the pad. But I gave this fool a ride in my whip because this fool didn't have a whip, right? So I give him a ride. And back then there was no Apple Pay, no fucking phone pay, none of that shit, right? I had left my fucking wallet and I was without a wallet driving, right? My car had gas, so I didn't need shit from nobody, right? All right, check this out. We go to the liquor store, and this Chicano rapper that I'm rolling with I'm taking him to the studio to do a record with another Chicano rapper, right? And this is supposedly one of my day one homies, right? And we go to we're already drinking, right? I drank some shit at the pad. We're already drinking, right? We get to the stew, right? And then we go to the liquor store, and I tell my boy, hey, fool, give me this. Boom, right? Hey, listen, I don't even got to ask. Grab their shit, put it on the counter. What the fuck, right? This fool goes, oh, fool, I only got enough for this, and this. I'm going to buy the other fool a beer, which was the guy he was going to do a song with. And all I thought in my head was like, you fucking serious? Like, you going to deny me, and I'm your road dog, to kiss ass to this cocksucker that you don't even know? Listen. At that point, I was like, man, these fools are fake as fuck. If the shoes were turned or the table was turned, my homeboy comes first. Or we can pour a glass. You feel me? Or whatever. And listen, I got bread, my boy. I got bread. You know, I just left my shit at the pad and I was fucked. And that's the thanks I got. After that, I slowly started to, deny them service. Like, nah, fool, I'm busy. I ain't trying to be around motherfuckers like that. Greedy ass motherfuckers, right? But again, going back to the Swifty Blue story, I don't think Swifty took shit from Almighty. And besides that, check this out. When you're a gang member, gang banger, associate, affiliated, whatever, right? You got a little bit of everything in you, right? You got a little bit of thug in you, like that Tupac saying, right? You ain't gonna let no fool walk up to you and you're not gonna do nothing. Fuck out of here, bro. How's some fool gonna walk up to you, take your shit, and you gonna stand there like, yeah, fool, go ahead? I'm fighting back. Even if I got to throw a rock at you or chase you, I'm doing something. You know, so I don't believe that hype, you know, but fuck it. We'll never know. But let's keep going.
Okay.
And,
He's not like that.
Because what I heard was
He's not like that, bro. First of all,
Wait, let him speak though, Slim. Hold on.
No. What I heard was allegedly coming out of Almighty's own mouth on one of the no jumper things. He traded up his chains. That's the reason he don't got no chains anymore. He traded them up for a scally
bigger one or something.
For a watch. He ain't got no chains on right now.
Oh.
But I'll tell you what, suspect, if you really get money out the streets or off internet money or whatever, we never got to trade our chains up. You know what I'm saying? We keep our old chains, our little ones. We keep them all. So.
Hey.
Man, tell that fool to shut his fucking mouth. Listen, first he's addressing a grown-ass man. Don't address a grown-ass man without knowing that there's going to be consequences behind your fucking words, right? Second of all, you're not even on Almighty's level to even be speaking to him, my boy, right? And again, this is not going back to backing nobody up. It's just pure facts. Number three, the man can do what the fuck he wants with his money and his chains. It ain't up to you. It's up to him. And we all upgrade. I upgrade all the fucking time. Shit that I ain't going to wear no more, fuck it. You know, give it away or go do something with it. You know, to each their own, my boy. But this is probably why he got slapped up. This motherfucker talking tough as fuck. And the next day he try to match the energy, not knowing there's consequences behind the energy. You know. Kelpi, sit your ass down, my boy. If I can give you some advice, sit your ass down, slow your roll, and know your lane. When you play with the big boys, just know, bro, that the big boys play different than the little boys. But let's keep going.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Kelpi can't bleed up like
Yes, sir. Hey, I ain't even
like Jinx.
I ain't even got no diamonds on my chains today, but you know what I'm saying? We ain't never traded up our chains.
I've been talking to our executive this morning too.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying, Sal, we be playing too much. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to talk about the Sal. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Sal, make sure our check's in the mail. Hey, y'all better check us out, man. We the truth over here, bro.
Hey, but you know what? I'm like I was telling you when you went to the bathroom, and I told him the same thing.
When you went to the bathroom. I didn't go to the bathroom.
No, when you went to the bathroom, you probably went to go smoke weed. Whatever fucking did, motherfucker.
This shit was.
But we gotta start doing this more, us three,
Oh,
bro.
100%.
I think
I'm going to kill this video right here because there's really nothing more to go on. But, you know, I don't think American Cholo's a racist. And I truly don't think that Almighty got his chain snatched. I really think that Kelpi's a clout chaser. ODM is trying to get it in. So I don't blame him. And I think Swifty Blue's trying to do whatever he can to stay relevant, right? So therefore, everybody's going to do what they can to have their name in the headlines and get a little bit of shine. But check this out. When you got talent, it outshines all that bullshit. You know, when you got talent, bro, the ones that don't have talent will fade away, and the ones that do will always be there on top. So eventually, the gimmick pimp will be gone. The gimmick cholo rapper of Swifty will fade away, and ODM, if he got some kind of business sense, then he'll stay afloat. You know, the same goes for me. You know, eventually I'll either fade away or continue to be here. It really depends on me, myself, and I. Nobody else. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Salute to Almighty. Salute to all the real ones out there. Salute to Drinks with Jinx. Salute to ODM and anybody out there trying to get what they deserve in this world. Other than that, I'm going to kill this video where I and call it a day. I'm Blue Devil. Salute to all my day ones. And once again, follow me on Instagram at TheHaterWorld. And salute to everybody that's been subscribed. We hit 20K, I think, yesterday. We're on the road to 30. All right? So other than that, let's make it happen. I'm Blue Devil. It's been a TheHaterWorld production, and we out.